Hey guys, it's Katie from heykatie.net, and today I wanted to share with you my 2019 journal setup. I specifically didn't say bullet journal setup because I've kind of moved away from the bullet journal mentality because, one, I think that there's a lot of people who are calling what they do bullet journaling, and it's not what Ryder Carroll or anyone else actually considers bullet journaling. I also think that what I'm doing is more of a scrapbooky sort of journaling, and really not in keeping with the bullet journal sort of mentality. So I've tried to refrain from actually saying bullet journal and just going with journaling. But you will see some elements of actual bullet journaling. So let's get started. Basically, I've been using this Look Term 1917 journal. I started it for December because I was so excited to get started again. In my last video, I talked about how I basically was not bullet journaling or journaling in any capacity for the last year and a half or so, even though I was really enjoying it before then. But I wanted to get back into it. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I set up my 2019. So first off, like I said, this is a Look Term 1917 in copper. I've decorated it with a little bunny sticker, which I think is super cute. And let's get started. So this is 2019. So the first thing I did, if you can see, is I actually created this little negative space painting by using a piece of watercolor paper. And what I did is I used some masking fluid, a masking pen, and I just drew out the mountains and the writing and the year, and it says she will move mountains, because my goal for 2019 is to really make something of myself. It's a big year for me. I've suffered through postnatal depression for the last year, and I'm finally in a good place, or at least a normal-ish place. And so I want 2019 to be my year. So I used some inks and just kind of, made this little painting, and it's the opening page of my journal, which makes me really happy. I also, over here, I just put some washi tape pieces to cover up the logo of the Look Term, and I just think it looks really cute. And I've also, you can kind of see here, some people do a whole page where they map out how many spaces the grid spacing is on their journal, and I don't do that. I just write it right inside. So I know it's 27 across and 38 up and down. And I always keep that in every journal so that I know exactly how many spaces I have to work with. So yeah, that's my opening cover page, which makes me really happy. Then what I've done is I've actually glued these first two pages together because they're kind of useless pages. They're just branding. So I basically glued them together on each side, and I use it as a little front pocket, and I can keep in little stickers and washi and things like that. And it's just a useful little thing. Then we open it and we've got our table of contents, which I use because I find it useful, but realistically, I know where everything is in this journal, and I really don't go back too much and try and find the exact page because I know whereabouts it is, and I just kind of flip to it. But it's nice to have a sort of table of contents, mostly for my hope is that years from now, I can go back and look and I know exactly what I'm looking at. Then we open up and we have my year at a glance, and this is just 2019 calendars so that I can look at it and I know what day things fall on. That's all I really use it for, is so that I can just quickly look and say, oh, you want me to do something August 17th? Oh, that's my husband's birthday. It's on a Saturday this year. Fantastic. My birthday, January 25th. It's on a Friday this year. Fantastic. My kids' birthdays, you know? So I can kind of look at it. And what I've done is I've just decorated it with little botanical drawings, which I think is really cute. Next up, I have my future log. I don't really call it a future log. It's literally just lists of days for each month where I can just write in all the big holidays. If I have any specific appointments, I can write them in so I don't forget. Right now, it's literally just filled with birthdays and holidays. And yeah, I just do half a page for each month, and it's literally just a list. I don't do too much with it. Next up is my 2019 word of the year. I've been doing this for about 10 years now. And everybody seems to do it nowadays, but back when I started, not too many people did it. And yeah, my word for this year is happy. Once again, I just did a little painting with the word using some masking fluid and then some ink behind it. I'm not super happy with how it turned out. It was much pinker when I first did it, and now it's kind of red and yellow, which kind of makes me unhappy if I'm honest, but I can deal with it. And yeah, like I said, I have been dealing with some really severe postpartum depression this year. Most of 2018 has been awful. And so for 2019, I'm really focused on getting the happy back. And honestly, like, I'm on antidepressants. I have been for about 4 months now, and they are making a huge difference in my life. I hope to come off them eventually, but they're really helping me at the moment. My son just turned 1, so hopefully the postpartum bit will go away soon, but I am breastfeeding, so I'm super hormonal, which makes things even more difficult. But focusing on that word happy, I'm going to be trying to do more things that make me truly happy, and that's in my business and in my personal life. I just want to be happy. So to expand upon that, I've created a page which is just full of things that make me happy. So I've got this cute little flower photo that I printed out from Unsplash, and I've decorated it with my white gel pen, and it says happiness is letting go of what you think your life is supposed to look like. And that's really important for me because I do tend to look at other people and think they have it so much better, and why isn't my life like that? And I want to get away from that. I also have a typewriter printing out saying, take time to make your soul happy. And that's important because I am a writer by nature. I have been my whole life. It's my life goal to write a book, and I've been writing one for over 10 years now. And this is the year I really want to finish it. So that's to remind me of that. I've got this cute picture of a road going through the mountains, which is very similar to where I live. And it says, happiness is not out there, it's in you. And again, it's reminding me that I don't have to go places or, you know, to copy anybody else. And it's not something I can buy. It's not something I can find. It's something I have to find within me. And then finally, I have the less you care what others think, the happier you'll be. Which again is going back to the fact that I'm constantly worried about other people's thoughts about me instead of just focusing on me myself. Next up, we have my book spread. So every year I try and read a certain amount of books, and I always track them in my journal. This year I did this cute, like, how cute is this? This is a super cute little book list for this year. So this is kind of me sitting in my happy place in front of a window, well lit with a mug of tea or coffee, and surrounded by books and little floof people, which I love. And all the books are blank, so as I read books all year, I will fill in the titles on these. I think there's 48 books on here. I try and read 50 every year. This year I think I made it to maybe 39 or 40 because I've been depressed and haven't been reading as much and having a baby. So next year I've just put 48, and if there's more I will just figure out somewhere to put them. I also put this list of 50 books to read before you die. I got this off of, I think, Goodreads. And I've read some of them already, you can see. I've actually read more than are marked off, but because I don't remember them so well, I didn't mark them off. Like Brave New World, I read that in college, and I remember hating it, and so I need to reread it. Diary of a Young Girl, that's Anne Frank. Again, I think everybody reads that in like 2nd or 3rd grade, maybe 5th or 6th or something. And I didn't, like, I don't remember enough of it to knock it off. So, and Lord of the Flies, same thing. I read that in school, but I don't remember it enough. So I'm going to reread some of these before I mark them off. But yeah, I'm going to hopefully, I want to make it through as many of these as I can. I hope to make it through quite a few of them in 2019. I'm going to make it my mission, but if I don't, it's not a big deal because they're to read before you die. So as long as I do that, I'm good. At least that's what I tell myself. The next one is my 20 before 20 list, and this is 20 things that I specifically want to accomplish in 2019. I don't know if I'll do them all. I tried to make some of them somewhat vague and some very specific, so I can kind of more easily get through them. But just to show you really quickly. First one is finish my novel. I already mentioned that. See plays every quarter. We have so many amazing theater productions that come to Salt Lake City, and I never actually get to go to them. So it's my goal to see at least one every quarter. But if I don't do that, at least 4 in the year. So that's my goal. Focus on health and lose some inches. That's a really big one because my antidepressants have caused me to put on weight. Being depressed caused me to put on weight. Christmas has caused me to put on weight. So I'm a lot bigger than I am comfortable with, and I want to just get healthier again. 1 second every day. So for the last 2 years, I've done a photo project where I have taken one picture every single day of a specific theme. So the first year it was a family photo every single day in 2017. So I literally took our entire family a picture of us every day. And it was so hard because my husband and I both travel, so we had to do a lot of FaceTime photos and things like that. This year it was a kid photo every single day. So I've taken a picture of all 4 of my kids together every day of 2018. So for 2019, I want to actually move toward video. So I'm gonna take 1 second of video every single day and stitch them all together so that at the end of the year, I have a really cool video. Complete 1 challenge every month, and you'll see later I have some challenge ideas for each month. Read 50 books, so that's my goal, even though I only have 48 spaces. My goal is to read 50. Learn to sew and complete a project. Now I kind of know how to sew. I have a sewing machine, but I've never learned how to use it properly, so that's my goal. Get my Etsy store up and running. I have an Etsy store. I sell things on my Etsy store occasionally, but they're literally just things that have been sitting there for 2 years that people just randomly buy, and they keep renewing. They're like printables and things. So I want to actually make an effort to make that a source of income. Audition for something. I used to be like really heavily into plays and things, and I haven't done that in years since I left England, you know, 6-7 years ago, however long it was. So I'd like to audition for something. Even if I don't get it, I would like to audition for something. Paint 12 oil paintings. I just got into oil painting this year, so I would like to do 1 a month. I think that's feasible, and so that's my goal. Fill a sketchbook with quality sketches, then share it on YouTube. Okay, so like I have sketchbooks and I keep buying new ones, and then I don't fill them. I'll do like 2 or 3 pages and then go, oh, this one isn't good. I want to do a different one. So I want to actually finish one. Travel and explore somewhere new. I've traveled a lot in this world, but this year I haven't traveled at all, like at all. So next year I want to travel and explore somewhere new. It can be just one place and that one's ticked off, but hopefully it'll be more. Take the kids to Pennsylvania and make sure Wilder meets my dad. My youngest son, like I said, he just turned a year old like a week ago. And I still haven't taken him back home to meet my dad. My mom was here for his birth, so she's met him, but my dad still hasn't, and I feel bad. Plant and maintain a garden you can be proud of. So this is a big one. 2 years ago, I planted a garden. We grew our own food. It was amazing. I loved it. And then the next year I was pregnant, so I didn't do anything. And this year I was depressed, so I didn't do anything. So this summer I want to make sure we have a really awesome garden. Learn to be a better photographer. I am decent because I have a decent camera, but I need to learn the actual settings and things. Buy a bicycle and use it as long as the weather allows. Again, something I used to have a bicycle and then I sold it when we left Florida, so I want a new one so I can use it. I want to double last year's income. Now this shouldn't be too difficult because I was depressed this year and I did not make much money, honestly. It was like a quarter of what I usually make, so I want to double it, and I think that's definitely feasible. Say yes to opportunities, especially ones that scare you. That's a big one for me because I am very good at hiding in my little hole and not coming out and, you know, saying no because I'm too scared to do things. This year I actually did something that I have turned down several times in the past, which was I did live television. I was contacted by a company who wanted me to go on our local Fox affiliate show, daytime show, and like talk about some stuff, and I did it, and it was awesome, and I did really well, and so I want to do more of that. Write more on my blog, be brave and create community. So that's a big thing for me. This year I have barely written anything, and yeah, depression sucks, so I'm gonna do more. And then some form of public speaking and get really good at it. Again, I did that this year. I went on TV and that was like terrifying, but amazing. And I want to do more of that. I'm not great at speaking in front of people. Small groups, yeah, but big groups, no. So I want to get better at that. Next up are my social media trackers. Now these are just quick things I mocked up in Canva. I did one for each of my blogs. I have my main blog, which is It's a Mother Thing, and then my Hey Katie one. And it's literally just tracking all the different things that go along with it. So my blog, I'm going to be tracking page views, unique users, email subscriptions, and my page and domain authorities. Instagram followers and engagement, Facebook likes, followers, video views and reach, YouTube subscribers and video views, and Twitter followers, and then Pinterest followers and reach. And these are just things so that I know where I stand and I can more easily like see the growth or lack of. This year there's been a severe lack of growth, but yeah, next year I really hope to grow both of my channels. My Hey Katie blog, I'm kind of up in the air. One, I want to change the name, and two, I'm not sure I want to stick with having a blog. I might just move to video, but that just depends on many things. But my It's a Mother Thing, that's my main source of income. It's sorry, sorry about that, my camera cut off. So again, these are my daily goals. Wake joyfully. Like, a lot of these things are like basic things that most people take for granted, but because I've been in such a depressive place, a lot of these things were not getting done, like showering and teeth brushing and things like that, eating regularly and healthily, and stuff like that. So these are just daily goals that I want to make sure that I am addressing each day, hopefully, and they're just keeping me on track. I can look back and just say, did I do these today? Yes, I did. Fantastic. And then I have some weekly goals as well, which are based on building up of the daily goals. So, you know, publishing blog posts, videos, going out with the family, finished crafts and projects, family game or movie night, etc. And then so I wrote this quote. I wrote this like 2 years ago, and it went kind of viral, and people share it on Instagram all the time, and they tag me all the time, and I'm attributed with it, and it's self-care means giving the world the best of you instead of what is left of you. And I try and live by that, in meaning basically I have to practice self-care or I'm not a good mom, or I'm not a good wife, I'm not a good person. So I try and practice that every single day, and it seems to have resonated with a lot of people. Like I said, people share the graphic that I made, and they make their own graphics based on this quote, and I'm so grateful that so many people have taken it to heart, and it's amazing. So yeah, I really enjoy that people associate me with self-care. And then I've got my morning affirmations, and these, I think I actually did a video on this for my other blog where I created a self-care journal, and it didn't last very long because it was just for self-care, and so I didn't use it like I should. But this is just some affirmations that I tell myself every day. I try and read them out loud, look at myself in the mirror as I say them, and, you know, try and use them to big myself up and make life better. So things like, I have been blessed with talent and will use it today. I have everything I need to be successful. I acknowledge my own self-worth. I am an open channel for creative ideas, blah, blah, blah. You get it. These are just things that are pertinent to me and that make me feel good. Next up, this is kind of a weird one. So I have mapped out my entire house over 3 pages, and it's just like room by room. All the different rooms have their own number, so the main floor, the basement, and then the upstairs, and I've numbered each room and kind of mapped them out a little bit. And then I've created a cleaning schedule. So Mondays, you would say main floor, rooms 1, 3, 5, 6, and 4. So 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which you would come over here and say kitchen, living room, dining room, other living room, and hallway. And so those are Monday jobs. And then Tuesday jobs, main floor, kitchen, basement is what? Basement, playroom, and living room, and hallway. So every day has their own places that have to get cleaned, And so the whole house by the end of the week will have been cleaned at least once, which I think is important. The main areas like the kitchen, which is M1, that's pretty much every day. Yeah, it is every day. So, you know, the main areas that need to stay clean will get cleaned every day, and the areas that don't necessarily need to be cleaned all the time get at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. So that was my idea for cleaning, and it's, you know, very helpful to be able to see that and to share it with the family and make sure the kids and the husband are participating. The next one is my weight loss trackers. I would like to lose 60 pounds. My goal is 40 pounds, but I would like to lose 60 pounds. And then this is such a ridiculous photo. So I took a photo that I had and I printed it out and then I drew over it. So it's a little cartoony version of me. And then, yeah, so I'm working on losing weight. I'm going to be doing a ketogenic diet not because it's a fad, but because with my health issues that I have, specifically gastroesophageal reflux disease and some very specific IBS symptoms, ketogenic diet, which is high fat and low carb and moderate protein, it actually reduces all of my symptoms hugely, and it has the added benefit of helping you lose weight. Now, the idea is that once you come off keto, you tend to gain weight back, and that is true because it's happened to me before. But while I'm eating keto, I just feel so much better and I have more energy, which I think helps me to lose weight sustainably. So that's how I will be eating, but I will also be exercising and things like that. And then I put this little quote: when you feel like quitting, think about why you started, which is a helpful thing. And then I've got my tracker for each month, and it's just where I track my weight, what size clothes I'm wearing, and then all of my measurements throughout my body. And it's just a nice way of keeping track of how I'm doing. I've got my exercise log, and basically I've just got the whole year mapped out, and then I'm gonna mark each day, did I do cardio, strength, a class, yoga, or none? And hopefully by the end of the year, a lot of this will be colored and not just blank. And then I've got my 12-week workout plan, which I created a couple of years ago. It worked really well. I only made it till like week 8 when I did it before, but I lost so much weight doing this and just felt so much better. And it's a 6-day-a-week plan. I only rest on Sundays, but I can also choose to change that. Like, I can make the rest day any day I want and then just do the rest of the week, whichever one I switched out. But it works really well. It starts out really simple and then just gets harder as you go. And I'm really hopeful that that will once again work wonders for me. Then I've just got, this is literally just a graph of weight. So week 1 will be the first week of January, and I'll put whatever weight. I'm gonna write the different weights in here, starting at my current weight and then down to my goal weight. And then each week I'll just mark on the graph where I am. Then I've got my monthly challenges page, and this is kind of fun. These are just some of the ideas I had written down, and then I've broken them down into, you know, January, February, March, April, May, June to December, and then each month I've given various ideas of the monthly challenges I would like to do. So like January is Creatuary, which is where you draw a mythical creature every day, and that just sounded like fun because I want to do an art challenge every month, but I also want to do other challenges. So I've got a no spend month, so no buying wants versus needs, so only things that are necessary, nothing, you know, fun. And then a savings challenge. You know, you've seen those ones where you put in a penny the first day, and then 2 pennies, and then 3 pennies, and at the end of the month you have $100 or something like that. So that sounded like fun, so maybe I'll do that. And then we have like February, March of Robots, April Showers, Mermaid, Unicorn, etc. So yeah, I'm gonna try and do a challenge every month. The next one is kind of my favorite, and this is, I'm big into numerology. I don't know how many of you know, I'm a pagan. I've studied witchcraft and paganism for years and years and years and years. And so numerology has always been very important to me, and 2019 is a 3-year, which is my favorite number, my lucky number, and it makes me super happy. So the universal year number is 12, which is a time for creativity. It symbolizes education, meditation, and it helps you to use intuition to solve problems. And then 3 symbolizes happiness, which is my word of the year, creativity and communication. friendships blooming and social interactions rising, which again is really important for me because depression, I've had no friends for the longest time, and this year I've actually started reaching out and making friends. And as I said, like, I've been getting into art and creativity, so this year just has all the hallmarks of being a good year. And also 12 and 3 is 1, 2, 3, which is a code that means go, 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 like 1, 2, 3, go, you know? My personal year number is 2, and that's just based on my birthday and this year. So my keywords for this year are cooperation, new partnerships, balance, and peace, which are all amazing. And I need to focus on diplomacy, relationships, attention to details, timing, intuition, and trusting in my goals. And I need to guard against insecurity, division, and impatience, which are all things that are very bad for me. And the whole motto of the year is to embrace life without judgment. All going back to what I said about wanting to not worry about what others think and just worry about myself. And then I've got my life path number, which is 1, based on my birthday, January 25th, 82. Yes, I'm going to be 37 this month. Oh my gosh. So anyway, 1 is the primal force, and what it says about me is that I am individualistic and independent. I show leadership and drive. I'm masculine, focused, progressive, an originator and self-starter, strong-willed, courageous, self-reliant, and rebellious, but I can be stubborn, selfish, undisciplined, weak, and a pariah. All of those things are spot on accurate. It's also associated with Mercury, and my tarot card is the Magician. So again, these are, if you're not into paganism, astrology, tarot or anything like that, then, you know, this isn't for you, but this for me is just perfection. And then that was it for my 2019 setup. So I think I'm gonna stop it there and make a separate video for my January setup because this went on a lot longer than I anticipated. So yeah, join me for that. I'll probably upload them very quickly together. So yeah, enjoy. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow me. I am at HeyKatieBlog all over social media. And if you liked this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, and I really want to grow this year. So if you like this and you want to see more, definitely leave a comment and subscribe and tell your friends. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye.